How you doing, guys? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to Hydroneer. So I did say back on a live stream that I would come back to this game occasionally to basically keep things rolling. All right, and that's just one thing I want to do. So the one thing I wanted to sort of get in today was the fact that obviously this is the map I use for playing online with. Like, I've built my stuff underground, we've got this, that and the other, and I just wanted to sort of like tidy up and get things rolling up here in preparation for Hydroneer 2.1, which is going to be the big farming update. Now, the reason why I'm building this road is because I want to split off my time. Over here I want to build like a little house and a compound and all that sort of mugubbins to make it all look a bit more homely. And over there, which is in fairness quite a big bit of land, I want to turn that into like the farm section and everything else. So that's why I'm sort of dividing it up. So what I need to do really is I need to flatten all this out a bit. What I'm actually going to do is this is actually going to be a feature for me. I'm going to sort of make it so my driveway up to my mine and my actual driveway and so I'm going to make it so my driveway is actually leading up to my mine, which is all underground, and I'm going to have that with the garage at the end, and this bit up here I'm actually going to have as a raised sort of platform for a house. So my house overlooks the driveway as cars come up and... You know, yeah, I'm putting a lot of thought into this, but I want to make this look really good instead of just another farm where everybody's like, oh, wow, he's farming again, or he's mining again. I actually wanted this to be something good. I wanted to be this with an ongoing project. And I know people, you know, it is just Hydroneer. It is just a game where you build a mine and make lots of money. But if you don't have an end game in Hydroneer, there's sort of like a, I don't know, it's almost like a disconnect from the actual game itself. So... yeah, let me get into this. I'm basically widening this up so it's the same length, so it's the same width, sorry, as this. So I need to cut this block out and this block out and then lay a bit more stone down. I'm going to put my garage literally about here. I already cleared the space for it. I just want it to be big enough to hold like 2 trucks. And then I need a little set of stairs to go up to the flat area. I'm going to be bringing all this up and sort of make it all look a bit like an actual foundation for a house. So yeah, it is an ongoing project, and if you do want to keep watching this, when I do live stream Hydroneer, I always live stream on this game, and the reason why is just because I'm just sort of slowly evolving this to make it look. But the main reason why I'm doing this is because of you know, I've rushed Hydroneer before. I've made so many guides about the game that I sort of get it. You know, I know a lot about the game. I've educated myself through this game. If only I'd paid this much attention to my actual real life education, I would have probably made a better person out of myself. But, you know, these things are sent to test us in life. But what I'm doing with this now is I'm sort of taking my time a bit more. The reason why is because I feel like if I keep rushing this game over and over again, at some point I will sit there and just go, I cannot be asked to play it anymore. But with the more time that I spend sort of playing other games and coming back to this with like a fresh mind and a fresh idea, I sort of get the gist of what I actually want to do with it. I'm spending more time doing other stuff, yes, but I'm spending more time in this being a bit more productive. Yes, okay, I'm not doing as many videos as I used to do with this game, but what I am doing is I'm creating my own little world in this game. I've spent a lot of time educating people on how to do stuff. Now it's my time to sit back and enjoy it. And I think that's what I'm doing. I'm really just sitting here, yes, anticipating the 2.1 update like everybody else. But at the same time, I'm kicking back. I'm enjoying it a lot more. I'm not out to prove a point anymore. I'm not out to prove myself of like this, that and the other and which one does better. I'm generally just being a little bit more playful with the game. And this is the downside to gaming nowadays. There's a lot of emphasis of like, you must rush this, you must do that. But in all, it's a computer game. Spend your time and actually enjoy it. And I suppose that's what I've sort of missed in a way with playing Hydroneer. Yes, okay, I've played the game to a point where I am, well, being seen as the person to go to when it comes to information. But apart from that, you've never really seen me actually sit there, kick back and just chill and enjoy the game, unless you've joined my live streams. And this is sort of I would say this would be my retirement plan on Hydroneer. The retirement plan is to basically have a game that constantly evolves along with the updates of the game. So, all the while that the game is still being actively built upon, like Max said, he wants to do this over a long period of time. And I think with this build alone, this is going to be that build. I'm going to be able to sit here and show you how to do stuff, yes, but I'm going to be able to sit here and show you how a build can evolve through various updates as well. It was a little bit more difficult to do on like the older versions of the game because, in fairness, so much changed with the older versions of the game. We never knew if we were coming or going. But with the way the game is now and the way that everything's being sort of pushed out and sort of thought about, and with the new save structure, it really does help sort of give you a bit more of a grasp of a long-term plan on the game. Now, I am sort of one of those people who have spent a long time like restarting games because of updates or showing you how to do this and then screwing up his own build. And I think with that in mind, that was sort of part of the downfall for me. I was sitting there constantly doing the same thing over and over again, where I got to a point where I just didn't really need to do it anymore. And I think that is again, the difference between this game that I'm building and the one that I've done in previous games before. Nowadays, it's not all about showing people how to do stuff. I've done that. I don't need to do that anymore. But what I do want to do is I want to show people how to play the game a bit more sort of chilled out. And suppose instead of just rushing through the game and trying to earn the most amount of money, actually kick back and enjoy the game for once in your lives instead of sort of like questioning who's got the biggest build. Yes, I know, I can build big as well. It's not a massive achievement anymore. But what I'm getting at is that it's not, well, it's not needed anymore. The game works as it is, and it's always going to be sort of like this sort of way. Oh, I took out the wrong block. Actually, if we take out that one, and then we'll be alright. Pucker. So that should be good enough to get my trucks down. Now, the reason why I'm building this is more because like, I'm probably going to have a teleportation room. But I want a nice sort of driveway. I've never had a nice driveway, in all honesty, even in real life. I've never had a nice driveway before. So building a nice driveway for my truck, you know, I'm feeling a little bit privileged right now. I might have to make this one more square wider. I mean, this is actually quite thin. Oh, it's like going down a country road where I live. You can't get nothing else with you, and you're in the hedge half the time. Okay, so I need to go out one more square. If I build my driveway that wide, then obviously that's where my house is going to be. This is where my garage is going to be, and this is where my fields are going to be. At some point I will have to fill in a few holes and Bob's your uncle, but this is sort of where I'm aiming for. I need to flatten out this area as well. I need to get rid of that little hole there and this little hill here, and basically try and make it a little bit more nicer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this big line of dirt, which unfortunately is my own doing, and I'll come back to you in just a sec. One driveway, well, almost complete. Just got to smarten up the edges and we'll be alright. But yeah, it's not a bad little start to this area. Basically, after this, I need to sort of cut all this down. This is just annoying me now that I've still got this here. But unfortunately, I've got to sort of be a bit more careful cutting this down because I haven't got any flooring underneath it. So that's just something else I've got to think of. Hopefully this will flatten out all right. All good. And now I just need to get rid of all, as you can see, like the one line is a little bit higher than the other. So I need to flatten all this down as well, which this takes a little bit of time. And then we need to get rid of that nubule as well, which is a joy. And I'm gonna be trying to square this off as well. I'm not sure how big I'm gonna go. Obviously I need a spade as well to sort of, well, grow land. If you'd never grown land before, then I think I've done a video on growing land, but we'll figure that out as we go. If not, I'll show you quickly when I get around to actually doing it. Let me just flatten this off, get rid of that lump, and then we're all good. Okay, so what I've done is I've put in a couple of shovelfuls of dirt, so they look like little pillars. And then what you do is you stand up on top or anywhere that you can get that arrow to go blue, and then from there you create yourself a blue thing. Now, I don't know why this one's not growing, so I'm probably going to have to mount this up a bit more with a bit of dirt. The plus side to this, though, is if you dig a little hole, and then if you want to cover it back over, the rake smooths over the land, so it will just regenerate that hole, which is good. It does work. So if we put this up here, there we go. Fantastic. And then we can smooth off that, so it all looks a little bit more sort of like, well, landy, I suppose. To put this into perspective though, I am doing this legit. Like, There's no mods on. Well, there's mods, but they're not like anything that can change the gameplay. They are mods that can sort of help a little bit, like the build anywhere mod. That just means that it won't get stuffed up if I put something in the wrong place, and it'll just go huh. Not a big fan of that, and I don't really want it to keep going. So yeah, I'm literally doing as much of this with like pickaxe, spade and rake as much as I can, and the reason why is just because, well, everyone else does it, why can't I? Right, so the worst part is I've still got to fill in this bit. Yeah, as said, it takes time to do this. This isn't just a, hey, I've got an idea, I'm just going to build a wall. Well, because I could build that out of stone. But I want to build a natural sort of like dirt body for the actual base itself. But the only main downside to actually doing this sort of thing in this game is it just takes so fracking long. I mean, in order just to put this driveway in and actually get this out, so I've actually got like a decent model for putting a house on top and maybe a few other bits and pieces, it's taken me over an hour just to do this. And that's literally how long this game takes to do anything. If you're doing like fine little works and details and bits and pieces, it can take a very long time. If you don't believe me, go and check out my live streams where I've built all this over the last sort of, well, what, 5 or 6 live streams? About 3 hours, 4 hours a piece. It takes a long time to build this mine. I mean, it may not look like it if you've never seen this before, but there's a lot underground that basically goes to show how long it takes to build like anything fairly decently. So that's the joys. Up there is going to be my house, and then over here is going to be a garage. It's only going to be 2 wide so I can get the 2 trucks in. And then from here I'm going to probably build a little barn over here at some point, flatten out this bit of land. And at some point, I'm going to have to flatten out this. It's going to take me a little while, but I'm not going to do it now because it's just too much damn work. But it's slowly coming along. At the end of the day, this game does take a little bit of time. But like I said, this game is more for showcasing everything as the game evolves from now on. Now, when we all upgraded to 2.0, we went through a different save structure, so we all had to start again. But what I want this save to be is the evolution of 2.0. So from 2.0 to wherever I tend to finish, I want this to be that save. The one that I just build upon after every update. Not really do like loads of videos and bits and pieces, but I really just want to showcase the game itself and just go from there. At the end of the day, that's what I sort of feel that this game actually does need. I don't want to be doing like the same sort of thing over and over again where I'm just constantly showing you to do stuff. I'd rather show you and actually do stuff along those ways as well. And that's sort of where I'm going for in this. That's why I'm taking my time in building this. And that is actually going to annoy the smeg out of me until I straighten the floor up. Oh my god, that actually does my head in. Hey, I found another little trigger for my OCD. Oh, grand. So, if you do want to watch me sort of like build this out over time, and if you do want to come by my live streams, I'm going to be doing this at least twice a month. I'm going to be playing Hydroneer just to sort of keep the evolution of the build going. A bit like Planet Crafter, where I'm showing the base being built up and we're exploring slowly. I don't really want to tend to rush this one. I want to spend some time actually building stuff properly. I mean, if you've seen any of this being built, I have taken my time to build this out. I'm taking my time to do things a little bit more properly than what I've done before. Instead of spending lots and lots of time sort of doing stuff and rushing through it and basically not really being much of a use apart from being a guide, I've been trying to actually do stuff a little bit better down here. And that's why I'm taking my time a bit more. I don't need to rush anymore. I don't need to do stuff, and I don't really need to sort of like, I'm not really out to prove anything. What I'm out for is I'm just here to enjoy the game. So in the next video that I'm going to be doing at some point, or live stream, all this I'm going to be sort of like doing up with the stone. So we're either going to do stone or cobble. I don't know yet. So we're going to do, you know, the cottage floor. I might do that as my driveway. So like I've got my car driveway. This is going to be my carpool where I'm going to have like my little garage for my trucks. And then at some point I'll start with a set of stairs and we'll go up to the top of here, and I'll start building my house. This is where my house is going to be. It might not be the whole bit of land, but what I wanted is I wanted a raised area for my house. So when you look out and there's fields and everything else, you actually get a decent view of it all instead of just, well, not a lot, you know. So yeah, hopefully you guys kick by and you come back for another update, and you come back for another video or live stream or whatever else I do on this channel. Don't forget, if you do want to buy some merch or you want to do some bits and pieces, down in the link, down in the description, there's lots and lots of links for, like, if you want to merch, if you want to join, subscribe, all that joys. And thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button below for all other updates. And I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do on this channel. Until then, thank you very much for kicking by. I'll see you on another one. Peace out. Have fun. Enjoy everything you guys do. Ah, boom. Fist bump to you.